the epidemic stopped in its tracks, how did he get the disease?
Well, Watson and Druitt may have come back clean in their blood work, but that doesn't rule out the microorganism being brought in on their clothing or their personal items.
So it's only a matter of time before every abnormal in the sanctuary comes down with it, including me.
I could offer you assurances, Henry, but they'd be hollow.
What's his prognosis, Doc?
Well, I suspect every species of abnormal reacts differently. But if the reports are any indication, he'll become increasingly irrational and violent, then turn against human beings. And eventually, he'll die.
We appear to have been successful in getting the toxin into the sanctuary.
Well, by now, I'm quite sure our friends there will have correctly concluded that the biological wildfire we started has all but burned itself out.
I wouldn't sound so cavalier. Remember the problems we encountered with their father?
Gregory Magnus helped us engineer the consummate soldier for our army.
Yes, but his information on the whereabouts of the source proved utterly erroneous.
Well, perhaps what Gregory didn't disclose, the Five will.
I checked with every source I have, every major contact in the abnormal community. They're all saying the same thing. The Yukon test was a dry run. A pop gun compared to what happens 3 days from now. Big bang that'll blanket the entire planet.
3 days? Why 3 days? Why not launch the biowar right now?
Changing weather patterns, wind shear, patterns of the trade winds.
I'm telling you, there's something wrong. It doesn't fit. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, well, genocide rarely does.
Helen, you told me the lengths the Cabal went through to build the perfect soldier for the ethnic cleansing.
My father became an unwitting accomplice to those ends.
Right, now, why engineer an army of abnormals if your real front line is an invisible pathogen?
Perhaps to fend off any re-emergence of abnormals once the decimation was complete.
Well, who's to say that your own army won't be susceptible?
Well, you gotta believe that they built an immunity into their design.
No. They knew it would be possible to immunize after the fact.
The source blood is the key.
Look, even if we do find this Anna Griffin, we still don't have Tesla. And what's the point if you don't have the last member of the Five?
I know how my father thought. Now, if he'd anticipated that one or more of the Five might have died, he may well have built in some sort of safety mechanism so we could still crack the code.
Same old Helen. I'm just going to jump off this cliff and hope that I sprout wings.
Where did Gregory hide the vial?
In one of the most inaccessible places on the planet.
The lost city of Balasam in the Indian Himalayas. The seat of the original culture of ancient vampires.
So not Transylvania?
Its unique topography keeps everything well hidden. Trust me, Will. This makes the other wonders of the ancient world pale.
He what, hid it like a pirate's chest?
There's a labyrinth beneath the city. My father placed 5 keys within it, each impossible to release without the unique properties acquired by the blood.
And what's your power? Just showing up for the meeting after 135 years?
I'd like to see you do it.
Okay, so I did a full cavity search on the internet for this Anna Griffin. Now, she went by a different name, so that slowed me down, but then I tracked her to Baton Rouge. 3 years ago, she dropped off the face of the earth.
Could she simply have died?
Well, if you believe the obit, she did, but didn't pass the sniff test. The certificate of death was an outright forgery. Somebody wanted the world to think she kicked, like it was like a witness protection or something. So I was lucky to find a few fragments that they'd missed, found an address. So somebody better wake up Druitt, because we ain't got time to take no fast train.
We?
Well, you can't send Druitt alone. The guy's all hearts and flowers one day, the next day he's turning a working girl into a canoe.
Yes. Despite his goodwill as of late, there are definitely warring sides to his personality. Will, keep Druitt company.
What? Well, why me? I'm supposed to tell Jack the Ripper to fetch?
Just remember, his sharpest implement is his mind.
You guys?
Yeah, as a matter of fact. We're looking for Anna Thayer Griffin.
Who's asking?
We're just friends of the family.
Oh, well, then I'm surprised you don't know she's dead.
Is she?
Yes, she is. I went to her funeral. She died 3 years ago.
Where's she buried? We'd like to pay our respects.
Whispering Pines.
Thanks. Okay, just give me a second.
Every experiment where I've tried to create an antitoxin from one of us has failed. We've no choice but to go to the source itself.
You do have a choice, Mom. We find a way to stop that bioweapon from going off. You don't need the damn source.
You want me to send you into the heart of the Cabal's weapons factory and do it all on your own?
Henry said he'll go with me.
No offense, Henry, but you don't graduate from Eagle Scout to James Bond overnight.
I was green as Gumby, too.
I can do this. What, Gumby? What, Gumby now?
Odds are the device will be triggered from their network of weapons labs.
Right, which is exactly why we need to break in there and find a way to stop the detonation.
Just like that.
Didn't say it would be easy.
I didn't say you could go.
Mom, we don't have a lot of time. We can do this.
Get in, get what you need, and get out. No unnecessary risks.
Let's go, Gumby.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Ashley.
Yeah.
William?
Someone's been visiting the grave. Empty or not.
If the gift was passed on to the daughter, why not an offspring?
She went that way. How could her clothes be invisible?
She's not wearing it.
I thought so. You're Anna Griffin's daughter, aren't you?
Clara. She was afraid she'd be called. You're the people she was worried about, aren't you?
Yeah, well, she's off the hook. We'd like you to take her place.